Hello and welcome to my channel. In this video, I will be talking about the difference between 1099 NEC, the non-employee compensation, and the 1099 miscellaneous. Let's go. When I created a video about the IRS Form 1096, I received a few important questions regarding the 1099 miscellaneous and 1099 NEC forms. And I thought to make this video to clarify some important points to distinguish between these two forms and to help you decide which one you might need to issue for your workers. For those who are interested to watch the video about the IRS Form 1096, it is number 13 and I included a link in the description for your convenience. Before we dive into more details, please consider supporting this channel by hitting the subscribe, like, and share this video and other videos with your social media accounts. I appreciate your support. When we talk about the 1099 NEC, what we mean by that is any compensation that you paid for services rendered during the tax year, such as payments to contractors, freelancers, helpers, and so on, who are not actually employees of your business. The payer could be a business, company, an LLC, a nonprofit organization, or even a sole proprietorship. Let me show you an example how the 1099 NEC looks like. As you can see, this is the form. On the left side, you enter basic information, such as payer's name, address, phone number, payer's tax ID number or social security number, a recipient's tax ID number or social security number, and the rest of the information here is just basic information about the recipient name, address, phone number, zip code, etc. On the right side, on box number 1, you enter the total amount you paid for the worker or for the non-employee, which goes here. Number 4, you enter any federal income tax withheld, if any. Number 5, you indicate if there is any state tax withheld from the worker. Number 6, state or payer's tax ID number, state ID number. This is usually same as payer's tax ID number or social security number you entered in here. And lastly, the state income, which is the total amount, similar to the amount you entered on number 1. The first important point you need to know is that you issue this form for any non-employee who performed services for your business during the tax year. And the total amount goes in box number 1, as I explained in the previous slide. Also, you include in the 1099 NEC any cash payments for fish or other aquatic life you purchase from anyone engaged in the trade or business of catching fish, or payments you issue to an attorney. Throughout the year, you might hire an attorney to provide legal services, and you made payments. And the total payments for the entire year go in box number 1 of the 1099 NEC form. And the total amount you paid throughout the year was $600 or more. However, if you withheld any income taxes from the recipient or the worker who performed services during the year, then regardless of the total amount paid throughout the year, you should issue the 1099 NEC. Let me explain this by an example. As you can read here, I put it in a direct language to make it crystal clear for you to understand. So if there is any payments of $600 or more, then you must issue the 1099 NEC. If you deducted any income taxes from the worker, regardless of the amount, even the amount is less than $600, then you must issue the 1099 NEC. Now let's talk about the 1099 miscellaneous. Let me show you how this form looks like. As you can see here on the left side, same information about the payer and recipient, similar to the 1099 NEC. On the right side, you can use this form to report on box number 1 any payments you made for rent. Maybe you rented a space or a spot, or maybe you rented in one of the conventions, a booth or something, so you can report any payments for rent in box number 1. In box number 2, you can use it to report any royalties. Some businesses, such as franchise businesses, sometimes they pay for royalties, so they report it in box number 2 here. I know some tax preparation firms, for example, are based on franchises, and they pay royalties for the main corporate that owns the business name. So this is a very common practice in business. Box number 3 here, which is the very most common box used for this form. They use it to report any payments that you did not specify in any of the other boxes. And by the way, I can say the majority of the 1099 miscellaneouses report payments using this box number 3. So if you could not determine where to report the payments to a specific worker, then you can just include it in this box number 3. Box number 4 here, you can use it to report any taxes withheld from the worker if there is any. Number 5, or box number 5, is used to report cash payments for fish or other aquatic life you purchase from anyone engaged in the trade or business of catching fish. Box number 6 here is used to report any medical payments. Box 7, you just need to select this box here on this one. Only to report that you made direct sales of at least $5,000 of consumer products to a buyer for resale anywhere other than a permanent retail establishment. So you made this sale to any non-store entity. I can say an example of non-permanent retail establishments, such as those who assemble booths, as I explained maybe before, at certain occasions, or flea markets, or trade shows, and so on. Box number 8, to report any payments made to lieu of dividends or interests. Box number 9 for crop insurance proceeds. Box number 10, payments to an attorney, very similar to the 1099 NEC. Box number 11, fish purchase for resale. For example, if you purchased fish from fishermen for the purpose of reselling it in the market or so, then the payments you made to the fishermen goes here. Or even if you purchase it from a fish wholesale company, you do the same as here. Number 12, that's concerning the section 409A deferrals. What this means, under regulations issued by the IRS, section 409A applies whenever there is a deferral of compensation, which occurs whenever an employee has a legally binding right during a taxable year to compensation that is or may be payable in a later taxable year. Now let me jump into box number 16. If there are any state withheld taxes, you should report it in here. You enter the state payer's state number, which is the same as tax ID or social security number that you entered in here. Then if the total state income goes here, which is similar to the other income, goes number 3, or actually if you use this form to in other boxes here, then you need to put the state income in this box. This is the last slide I have in this video. As you can see, the same rules that apply to 1099 NEC also applies to 1099 miscellaneous. So if you have any payments of $600 or more, then you can, or actually you can use the 1099 miscellaneous to report them. Or if you withheld any income taxes from the worker, regardless of the amount of payment, regardless of the total amount of payment throughout the year, even if it's less than $600, then you are required to issue the 1099 miscellaneous to that worker. Thank you for watching, and if you have any questions, please do not hesitate to email me or post your comment, and I will promptly address them. If you find my video of value to you or others, please consider supporting this channel by hitting the subscribe button, like, or share it with your network. And see you in my next video. Goodbye.